Добро пожаловать!
환영합니다.
Siagwe Mugela.
Bine ați venit!
आपका स्वागत है.
Karibu.
Bienvenidos.
أهلاً وسهلاً.
When we started with Jumeirah, people used to come to us, especially from this region. It was very interesting talking to the Arab nationals who came to stay for their holidays. Say, "Oh, I don't need to go to Miami anymore. I've got everything here now in Dubai." They would say, "Well, what is this Jumeirah Group about?" So we would always mention the Burj Al Arab. "Oh yes, that's place with the sail-shaped hotel. Yes, the Burj Al Arab. That's ours. It is our flagship." And we are so proud that the Burj Al Arab is part of the Jumeirah Group.
We appreciate every day the fact that this hotel was developed and is part of the Dubai landscape, part of the UAE landscape, and certainly a big part of our hotel's DNA. What it offers is a way to dream about what's possible. When you think about the Burj, you start to think about things that you can do on a smaller scale. I think what Jumeirah has done extraordinarily well is created a very strong service culture, and the cornerstone of that has been our hallmarks.
I will always smile and greet our guests before they greet me.
My first response to a guest request will never be no.
I will treat all my colleagues with respect and integrity.
This is what makes a difference to me, is our colleagues feeling empowered, feeling motivated to really deliver above and beyond what the guest expects. It is part of the DNA, part of the culture of Jumeirah is based on the foundation of the hallmarks. And to say Jumeirah stay different and try to deliver that promise without the hallmarks, I think would be very difficult. We say Jumeirah stay different, and when we say that, and if anybody asks me how do you explain Jumeirah stay different, I say, well, first of all, we recognize that you as a customer, you as a guest, you are an individual, you are unique, and you are different. You're different to everybody else. And we want you to stay with a hotel company that recognizes this sense of individuality, that recognizes it through everything it does. Even if you look at our hotels, each hotel is different. Each hotel is very unique in its presentation, both architecturally and indeed from the interior point of view. What's not different is the way we treat our guests and the way we look after our guests.
Well, Jumeirah is our brand, and Stay Different is our brand promise. Within that service delivery, we try and make sure that the guest is under no illusions as to where they actually are, where they're staying with us. And so whether you're in London or Shanghai or Dubai or Kuwait, your experience should actually be reflexive and culturally connected to the environment that you're in. You take, for example, our hotel in Istanbul, a lot of their differentiators relate back to the fact that they are very culturally connected. It's a museum hotel, and a lot of the service components and delivery try and reflect that sense of heritage and that sense of history. Stay Different is our brand promise, and I think to keep relevant and current, we have to keep evolving what these differentiators are. I think if you break it down, and being thoughtful is partly about just the emotional connection that our colleagues have with our guests.
A guest has an issue with something. Do we want to dispute and debate that issue, or do we want to be thoughtful and generous? Can we put ourselves in the psyche of the guests, in the shoes of the guests? Do we empathize with them? So it helps not only in creating amenities, products, and service, but it also guides our colleagues' behavior and interaction with the customers. We actually do quite a bit of business with our Arab guests who would travel to London, would travel to Frankfurt, would travel to the Maldives. We try to be, culturally connected with our different guest segments, if you will, and part of it's where they're coming from, the feeder markets that bring the guests to us.
We have to constantly make sure that we are being innovative. So these differentiators really help us do that. There's been a couple of, really, enormous success stories in terms of differentiators, including our bees in Frankfurt, which is such a small thing, but actually has become a huge thing in terms of the press and the customer and client interest that has actually generated.
We're going to have to be unique, and we're going to have to maintain our customer base, create loyalty with our customers. And the only way you're going to do that when people are coming on holiday or traveling on business is to have it be something that is a more memorable experience. And that's why we're dedicating a lot of effort to make sure our hotels maintain integrity behind their unique differentiators.
It's always going to be treating you as an individual. It's going to be friendly to you. It's going to be talking to you, connecting with you before you connect with us. Your expectations are high coming as a guest. Now, what can we do to even exceed those expectations and to surprise and delight you?